What is it like to hear a hand? You have to be deaf to understand. What is it like to be a small child in a school, in a room void of sound, with a teacher who talks and talks and talks, and then when she does come around to you, she expects you to know what she said? Or the teacher thinks that to make you smart, you must first learn how to talk with your voice. So mumbo jumbo with hand on your face for hours and hours without patience or end, until out comes a faint resembling sound. You have to be deaf to understand. What is it like to be curious, to thirst for knowledge you can call your own, with an inner desire that's set on fire, and you ask a brother, a sister, a friend, who looks in answer and says, "Never mind." You have to be deaf to understand. What is it like in a corner to stand, though there's nothing you've done really wrong, other than try to make the use of your hands to a silent peer to communicate a thought that comes to your mind all at once? You have to be deaf to understand. What is it like to be shouted at when one thinks that will help you hear? Or misunderstand the words of a friend who's trying to make a joke clear, and you don't get the point because he's failed. You have to be deaf to understand. What is it like to be laughed in the face when you try to repeat what is said, just to make sure that you understood and you find that the words were misread, and you want to cry out, "Please help me, friend"? You have to be deaf to understand. What is it like to have to depend upon one who can hear to phone a friend, or place a call to a business firm, and to be forced to share what's personal, and then find your message wasn't made clear? You have to be deaf to understand. What is it like to be deaf and alone in the company of those who can hear? And you only guess as you go along, for there's no one there with a helping hand as you try to keep up with words or a song. You have to be deaf to understand. What is it like on the road of light to meet with a stranger who opens his mouth and speaks out a line at a rapid pace, and you can't understand the look in his face because it is new and you've lost in the race? You have to be deaf to understand. What is it like to comprehend some nimble fingers that paint the scene and make you smile and feel serene with the spoken word of the moving hand that makes you a part of the world at large? You have to be deaf to understand. What is it like to hear a hand? Yes, you have to be deaf to understand. Yay, thank you. Audition for Pharmacy Students Got Talent in DC. This was a poem by Willard J. Madsen, a professor at the School for the Deaf in Gallaudet University, talking about his experiences growing up as a deaf person. So, yay, thank you so much for allowing me to have this opportunity to audition and to let you know, learn a little bit about the deaf community. Yay, thank you. Okay, bye.